just what I remember about 2 days before. Very much under the Barry Fry regime. We have a warm-up on a Thursday, Friday before a game, and literally if your name got called, you were going out on loan or getting a move. Remember that Thursday, jogging around the pitch, and all of a sudden you go, Graz. So you're looking over, come over. I said, like, here we go, where am I going? Now, he'd been Swifts, well, he could be anywhere. And he called me over, he said, Barnet want you. We've agreed to deal with Barnet. He said, but I've got a bit of a problem. He says, I've got no strikers, I've got you and Jimmy, and Zeke Rowe at the time. He said, but I think Mike Rubbers was injured, a few injuries. He says, but I need you to pay for me. I said, but we're playing Barnet. He says, yeah, it's all right, it's all sorted. I went, what if I play bad? Is the deal off? He went, no, don't worry, it's all done. You'll go Monday. Well, okay. And obviously the rest was history.
If I'd have stayed on longer, I'd probably have scored. I think Faz, he reminded me to replace me.
Don't forget, back in those days, the team used to change like the weather. And, I was unfortunate to start on the bench that day, especially with 9 goals flown in.
Yeah. The lads, it was one of those games where literally everything we did turned into goals, and you don't really happen in your career that often, so it's probably a one-off.
I think I was warming up as more vigorously than I ever did previously, so yeah, I think I was itching to get on, and eventually I did, and still never scored, but there you go.
Any side, if you get that early goal, it fills you full of confidence. You get 2-3, and especially away from home, the home fans turn on the players, which they did that day as well. And we knew we'd go on and win the game. Obviously not to the extent of the 9-1, but that was a fantastic day. One, as I said, I've had the footage for a long time, and my kids are at the age now where they can actually sit down and watch it. Unfortunately, it's on a VHS tape, so they don't know what a VHS is. That's how long ago it was.
Every shot flew in, every attack we had, you thought we were going to score. Probably the most disappointing thing was to concede the one.
And the one was scored by ourselves as well. It was a big goal, like 30 yards, isn't it? So
it was, yeah, but it was one of those sort of freak games, but it's gone down in history.
I don't think I was disappointed that I didn't score. It was just a great win, 9-1, and I think a lot of people didn't expect us to even get a result that day. So to get a 9-1 win was really, really, really special.
How long did Grazioli talk about those 5 goals?
He's still talking about it now. It's typical Graz.
That was his only 5 goals in the season, probably. So yeah, he probably was. Graz. No, it was one of them days where he could have shot from anywhere it'd have gone in. You have on 5 days like that, and it was just one of those for him.
So let's look at the goals then. The first couple were fairly scrappy, weren't they? I mean, one was a header, one was a sort of shot on the turn that sort of squirmed under.
Every goal's a goal, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter when you're a centre forward, you take any goal.
And I mean, the pick of the goals is obviously the turn though, isn't it, on the edge of the box?
Yeah, my third one. That was the one. I'm not renowned for hitting shots anything further than 6 yards. So I remember it was Michael Basham. It was ex-Posh as well at the time, back then. Turned him on the edge and literally just hit a shot, like I said, in the playground when everything you hit goes in and you come off the boot perfect and went straight in the top corner. It's a great thing because I ran towards my parents. They were on Barnet, got a little community stand they did have at Underhill, and all my family were sat in there, uncles, cousins and sisters and everybody, and I literally ran towards them and they're all jumping and cheering. I think they're in the Barnet in here, they've got to be careful. But as I said, because I'm from the area, and I knew a lot of the Barnet players, Scott McLeish, Greg Hill, Ken Charlery, Billy Manuel, so they're all sort of ex-Posh, so we all sort of knew each other. And that was what was nice about the day. Although they got beat, they were still friends and congratulated me at the time. Maybe if you went to other clubs, you wouldn't get so much thanks.
Yeah, the footage shows that the one where you ran clear and sort of poked it past the keeper. It was a bit further than that, wasn't it? You ran
for the halfway line, again, not notorious for me running ability. Fortunately, the centre half at the time was much slower than I was. Told you how slow he was. And it's one of them games where we're pushing forward to try and get a goal, and got the ball on the halfway line and run through to the keeper and just slotted it in the corner. Again, one of the things that on the day it goes in. I could have done that 3 or 4 times on any other day, and it probably wouldn't.
I never scored, but he ran in and toe poked it, didn't he, on the stretch, and then the guy slid on the line and put it in for him. So he claimed it anyway. That was Dino.
The 8th goal, the footage shows the cross coming in and then nothing. So do you want to talk us through what happened?
Honestly, or the...
Oh, whatever version you'd like, really.
The honest truth was, the cross come in, I think it was Zeke Rowe crossed it in, and it was literally just a 6-yard header, and I got clattered by the keeper at the time. But the other scenario is a bicycle kick, Hugo Sanchez style.
To be a part of a club record is always something that you can look back fondly.
Yeah, it is. It was just one of the great times I had here as a player, and like you said, 9-1 is one of them things. How often do you ever see it in any league? In any league, at most levels of football, you don't see it, let alone in professional football.
I bet in the dressing room after, Barry still wanted 10, didn't he?
Yeah, he said we missed some chances, so yeah, he wasn't happy about 9, but there you go, that's Barry.
You've already done a very good Barry Fry impression. What was it like working for Barry?
Honestly, I can honestly say he's the most honest manager I've worked for. only because he tell you the truth. You know, you get a lot of managers who tap you on the back after a game and say, you know, well done today, and then next week you're not playing. Whereas you got told after the game how well or how poorly you played, literally. So you knew. So there's no airs or graces on Barry. You won't score a goal as long as you've got a hole in your backside, correct? Or you go to Tottenham. You know, he's one of them. And he knew. He wore his heart on his sleeve. And I think he'll admit he wasn't the most tactical of managers, but you know what? He got you motivated in that change rooms, and you wanted to play for a man like that. You know, for us it was great times, great, you know, some great stories. Unless you're on the end of them, then not so much.